How's it going, YouTube? My name is LBN, and welcome back to another video in the A to Z off-roll series. Today, we have the B loaded up, the AMC. We're going to be playing AMC in the solo lane. So, we could build him one-shot, the traditional one-shot build, but we're actually still going to build him tank with a Glad Shield build and just build him full tank. There is a lot of value, actually, to building him like this. And mostly it's because he has a good bit of sustain in his kit. You can build one damage item on him and get a lot of value from it. And people are going to dive him late game and think that they can kill you, but they can't. And waste a lot of abilities on you. And you'll just weave in and out because you're going to have a lot of movement speed, a lot of return damage, a good bit of sustain. And yeah, so you can get a lot of value out of it. But he doesn't have things like CC, like he doesn't have a ton of CC. He just has a slow and a cripple. So as long as you're utilizing those to the best of your ability, come on, then you should be fine. Now, I'm starting this a little bit late. I'm also not doing a traditional intro. You know, in the series I've been doing like actual intros where I kind of go in depth about the builds before the game even starts, but we're just jumping into the game because I feel like that was maybe a little bit slow. We might come back to it in the future, but for now, we're just going to stick with this. Now, for having a Hell as my mid, I sure am leaving pretty beat up after that clear. And what better god to take advantage of that than a King Arthur? So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be maxing the 3 because it's very safe and long range poke, and it's on a very low cooldown. And then we're going to be maxing the Beehive second because it gives so many stats. I mean, it gives movement speed, attack speed, which we will get into, and HP 5, which is very important in the solo lane. It'll help us sustain all of this poke that King Arthur just gets to do for free. And it'll end up making us a lot more tanky. It'll give us effective health because we'll just between waves we'll gain up so much health that we lost during the waves during the little boxing match that me and this Arthur have. And it'll just allow us to stay in lane longer and go really well with the Glad Shield because as long as he doesn't break my beehives, we're fine. Now, why are we maxing the 3 first? It can fully clear archers even with a full tank build. Man, look at that sustain. Ooh, he took. Oh, I thought he was going that way. Oh, not wrong button. Wrong button. Ah! Okay, I got stuck there a little bit. That's pretty troll. If we die to that, that's kind of crazy. Nope, we're good. Okay. But yeah, the beehives will give us so much value. And let's go ahead and talk about the damage item that I'm going to be going. Well, it's Heavy Executioner. Now, Heavy Executioner is insane. I'll pull it up in just a second. He can have that. It's neutral farm. It would help us out a ton. Let's actually pop our glyph that we meant to pop earlier. Let's just get a little poke on him. Push him under tower. Show him who's boss, little King Arthur. No, I am King B. This is my castle over here, this solo lane. Now, Heavy Executioner is a great item. It's one of the glyphs here on Executioner. And it actually caps your... Oh, am I being told to gank? No. It actually caps your attack speed at 1.9. So you can't like build full auto attack items or attack speed items and get a lot of value out of it. But most solo laners, if they do decide to go Heavy Executioner, they'll usually pair it with like a Shogun's or a Berserker Shield, like one other item that just coincidentally gives a little bit of, and look at that range that we just got, but it coincidentally gives a little bit of attack speed. However, we don't have to do that. We don't have to build Berserker Shield or Shoguns to get a little bit of attack speed because our beehives are going to get that to us for free. I mean, look at this. We can get up to 50% attack speed as long as we're standing in our hives for free. So we don't necessarily want to go with one of those other like other attack speed items that just gives free attack speed like Berserkers or Shoguns or like Talisman of Energy, for example, because it would put us over that 1.9% or 1.9 times cap. So as long as we just build the Executioner, stand in our beehives, max those beehives, we'll sit around that 1.9 cap and not have any wasted stats by going over that 1.9 times cap. Now we actually have some counterplay in this matchup. Like I said earlier, he likes to poke us down. That's kind of what King Arthur does, is just like he cleaves on us and the wave at the same time. but we can do the same thing, and we actually are cripple. Our ultimate crippling is so good versus a King Arthur because he has a lot of dashes. His little spins, his long spin is a dash, his short little straight line spin is a dash. So as long as we're crippling him, it is basically silencing him off of like half of his kit. So really good counterplay there, and he can't really step up because of that. And you see here, we just cripple him, we miss all of our autos, and it doesn't even matter because the cripple is just so devastating to a King Arthur. And we actually get a solo kill. Now, I actually tried to record this video earlier, and I got bodied in lane. I was facing a Colin who absolutely crapped on me. And I tried a different build where I tried to build a little bit more damage, and he definitely showed us why that was a bad play. So I was hoping that we would get a game like this where we can actually have some counterplay, and King Arthur is the perfect matchup for us. Oh, he's getting a little frisky now, though. He must have just finished his Glad Shield or something, because he's doing big damage, too. What does he have? Did we hit him? Oh, we missed? Oh, that's so sad. We might die for that. Dang. Right as I was saying all that, what did he finish? His Soul Eater. Okay, so he has some damage now. We have some tankiness. I definitely got way too greedy there. I should have just backed off. But now we get to actually start building into the Executioner, and it will shred his protections. Let me go ahead and TP in. We can buy some pots before we go in. Let's get some wards, too, because we are matching up against a Pele, who I know is going to want to get frisky in our lane. Now, like I said, though, the Executioner will shred his protections, and the reason why we go heavy is because if we just land like one auto and a little boxing match and then go for some abilities, those abilities will absolutely destroy him because he will have so many protections reduced by the heavy Executioner, because it does amp up faster. Let's go ahead and pop our shard because we are fighting. We're missing every auto. Let's put a point in our beehive while we're up in the sky. Now, we have more sustain than him. He does have Soul Eater, but as long as we poke him between waves, yeah, we just have more sustain than him. And we have a little bit more attack speed since we have this tier 1 Exy, and our hives have 2 points into it. He's kind of playing a little weird, though, as if he's going to get a gank here soon. We want to play away from our wave, so if he goes on us, he's not going to be cleaving and healing off the wave. Oh, that's kind of sad that that didn't hit. But as long as we play this matchup smart, we actually have a pretty good chance to come out on top. And a lot of that is going to be coming from us hitting our Stinger, which you guys see I have had a little bit of trouble with. Oh, but we have our Gooseberries now. That's actually really good for helping us get pressure. We'll actually be able to clear with our autos and then poke him down with our abilities if he does this. If he turtles under tower, we can just poke him down with our buttons. So that's good. But yeah, this matchup actually has a lot of counterplay, and a lot of it just stems on us hitting our stuff, hitting our Stinger, hitting our autos. But once we get that heavy Executioner, that will be melting his protections, and then our ultimate actually takes 60% of his protections. So not only does it do a ton of damage, but it'll melt his protections and cripple him. So that's why I'm saying this matchup depends a whole lot on that counterplay. He backed. What did he get? He is actually building into a Glad Shield himself. We're still a bit away from the a bit aways. Is that how you say it? A bit of ways away. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but we're still pretty far from our heavy Executioner. We're getting pretty close to the Executioner, but I kind of want to hold off on backing until we can get the heavy, because we will get so much value out of that. Our boxing potential will go through the roof, and he will not know what to do. And him building into physical protection will only give it more value, because the more protections he has, the more each auto will shred. Now, that's kind of a point that doesn't really mean much, because the more protections he has, the more he has to shred. But there we go. We hit the Stinger, which when we're in these little trades, we just need to fire it off. And if you pick up your Stinger... Oh, we're getting ganked. We're going to put our honey down and try and slow them. Oh, that stun was really good for him. No, but as long as we put our honey down, I was hoping that that slow would be enough, but it just was not quite enough. But now we at least get our executioner. And it's unfortunate. We just need like 300 more gold to be able to get this heavy executioner. But let's go and look at it. Basic attacks against enemies reduce your target's physical protection by 17.5%. Goes up to 2 stacks instead of 3 stacks. And shreds a whole lot more. We're actually going to walk to lane because they're going to clear that wave anyways. Because we got a 3-man gank. I'm going to say thank you guys. Just be a nice teammate. You guys can't see it because I'm covering the chat. But shout outs to these guys. I did not want them to clear the tower yet, though. That's kind of unfortunate. That means that we as an AMC, I'll go ahead and talk about this. This is really bad in the solo lane. A lot of times, if you're in a matchup like this where you're playing a risky character, if your enemy's tower goes down early, it's actually bad for you. Because look at how far I have to step up to clear wave. I mean, that is putting me at so much risk. And now King Arthur just gained such an advantage. I mean, we're going to have to see if he knows how to play around this. All he has to do is just not clear wave and make me step up and then call for a gank. And then I literally can't do anything as an AMC. But we're going to try to mitigate that as much as possible. And here, we're about to back and finish that executioner. And I'll also pick up some wards, which I will ward pretty deep in their jungle. I'm going to put some weird ward spots down. Because, yeah, we're just at such a risk of getting ganked from Pele. And we honestly could not do anything if we got ganked by her. But as long as it's just me and Arthur, I don't mind stepping up this far if I know that I'm not getting ganked. Like, if I see Pele in right lane, I know it's pretty safe for me to rotate. Actually, oh, he rotated. Uh-oh, that's not good. He did go all the way over there. I don't know why I just did that. We can rotate to this tower. We're also losing our mid tower. So things are kind of going downhill pretty fast. And they're looking for a gold fury now too. We do have this heavy executioner, so we can poke them. Oh no, another enemy left? Why did they leave? All right, so as we load into this one, this is game 2, so you're getting a double feature. Because that last one, it just was too disappointing. I can't leave it off on that. But I think there was enough valuable stuff to leave it in. I'm sure you guys can hear by now. I think I'm getting sick, and I think it just started. Oh, no. The Morgan did not hit the blue buff. We're going to get trucked here. As long as we're stepping around this yellow buff, we won't take its frontal, and we should be fine. Now, I'm going to do something a little different this game. I kind of learned from that last game, and we're going to adapt a little bit. What I'm thinking about doing is just maxing the beehives first, actually. And just relying on the gooseberries plus the attack speed that it gives me for clear. Now, we are laning against a Lancelot, which means that there is a Pele in the jungle. We're using that just for the slow, and if he stays on us, we can actually probably die to him. First blood? No. But we're laning against a Lancelot. Now, he does a lot of damage. But similar to King Arthur, he relies on dashes a lot for his damage. So that kind of helps us and gives us similar counterplay to last time, except his ultimate will absolutely truck us. So we do have to play careful. And we can play this lane a lot slower than the last one because he doesn't have as many abilities to just poke us with as an Arthur. So we can kind of just sit back between his button rotation and just sustain. Just use the bees to sustain. When he goes on our wave, try to get some autos off, but apparently miss all of them. But yeah, just use our buttons to clear, and we should be sitting kind of pretty in this matchup. And once we get that Glad Shield, well, let me go ahead and talk about just the amount of sustain that we get on this pick. So our bees give us a ton of sustain through HP 5, which I'll go ahead and pull that up. We get 20 at level 1, and then up to 40 at max rank. So a ton of HP 5 from that. We're going to wait out his dashes. Oh, I missed. I was just saying. Oh, hey, we got the solo kill. So we're gonna max out the beehive, get a lot more sustain, and then just rely on these gooseberries for our clear because they make our autos cleave, and that'll just help our clear a ton. But the Lancelot is notably a lot squishier, like a whole lot squishier than a King Arthur. because he relies on shielding for his tankiness. And as long as we knock him off of his horse pretty early, which we have so much poke that we should be able to do that. And just when he ults, we got to be careful because he does get a big, like, Nike level shield. Not quite that big, but pretty big shield. But yeah, we can just poke him and sustain. But once we get this Glad Shield, we have our Bluestone and our Beehive and Glad Shield's HP 5. So we're just going to be healing a ton per second just for free. But yeah, about maxing the hives, not only will it just give us more sustain, it gives us more movement speed and auto attack speed. So that whole Glad Shield into Executioner rush will look a lot better. Okay, so Pele's here, so we're going to take the coward's way around the tower. For sure, we're doing that. But yeah, all of it will just be a lot better if we're maxing the hives first. We will miss out on a little bit of poke damage from our kit, from our honey and our bees, but we are totally fine to do that because our clear will look just fine with the gooseberries, and our trade will probably be even better. And that heavy executioner shredding the protections will give us even more damage in the long run over like a little poke fight than if we just had more points into our actual damaging buttons. So I actually really think that this is the play here. So if for some reason you do go, ooh, see, there's the ult, there's the truck. Wow, he just absolutely one-shot us. It's right once they get that Soul Eater, and it's the same thing as the Arthur game. I should have backed and got my Glad Shield, but it's hard to talk and think about these things. But we're fine. We're fine. We got our Glad Shield done, and now we start the Executioner Rush. It's the same thing. I solo kill him first, and then I get a little too greedy and stick around too long. You don't have ult, though, so we can kind of poke you down. Pick up our Stinger so its cooldown gets reduced. Yeah, we can really kind of punish him for using his ult aggressively. And he can punish me for not being an ADC main by weaving through those autos. Y'all see that? Oh, that's kind of embarrassing. Oh, okay, but yeah, we poked him out a lot. He is going to have to back. Our bees almost spread to him, but they spread to the Bastion instead. But this just gives us some time to free farm. We can look at the map, see what kind of stuff is available to us, and it doesn't look like much. So we might just want to get some Bastion pressure. Now, getting the Bastions, it doesn't really do a whole lot for us, except just give us gold. And it makes his tower vulnerable, but like you guys saw in the last game, we don't necessarily want to take his tower during the laning phase, or at least during the early portion of the laning phase. But taking those Bastions makes it vulnerable for the late game if we do push, like maybe we're looking around, grouping around a Fire Giant, then that tower is a lot more vulnerable then. But it also just gives us gold, and it helps us build our items faster, and every little bit of gold that you can get on top of your opposing solo laner is always good. He's going to steal this for sure. My bees, I didn't have enough mana to press it. It goes for that body block, but we saw it coming, so we were easily able to wrap around. But so far, this Lancelot is playing very well. He's bullying me when he sees an opportunity. He's trading me very well. And that's one thing about Lancelot is he does that. He can do that. He can be a bully. Not today, Pele. But I'm actually shocked at how little this Pele has come over. We actually just Matrix dodged a Charon ult there on accident. But yeah, this Pele could absolutely farm me if she wanted to. If I were getting dove by a Lancelot and a Pele, I mean, you guys see just how much damage a Lancelot's rotation of abilities hits me for. So imagine if there was a Pele alongside that, knocking me up, slowing me, and doing even more damage than a Lancelot. We would be in pretty rough shape, but we're getting pretty lucky there. So I hope this is not a 50-minute game to be double featured. But if it is, I'll just leave out the double feature until the... Well, I don't know what I'll do, but I just really don't want it to be a super long video like the first two episodes. So I hope it's just like a 20-minute... slug 'em fest where both teams just box each other all game. And speaking of boxing, as long as we have our ultimate up and we hit it, we do come out slightly favored in these boxing matches. So, which as long as we hit it, we get our cooldown reduction. You know, we get our ultimate cooldown reduction there. And it helps us. Oh my goodness, we gotta hit autos though, and then we can have it for the next fight. He did pop his horn, so we want to kind of stay far away from him, just slow him, be annoying, poke him down a little bit so he doesn't get any value from that horn. Oh, he's just going around killing my hives. What are you doing? Don't be that guy. The cripple, I can tell, is just so annoying to him because his dash is his clear, so even if we just use it for poke, it just slows down his clear, and as long as I secure it and make sure that I'm hitting it, he can't really do much about it. Like, he kind of just sits there and squirms a little bit. It's looking like our Kamzats wants to gank here, but no, he's pretty he's pretty out of mana. So maybe he's not going to gank over here, but yeah, we just continue to poke. Oh no, he actually can one-shot us with ult here. Ugh. Oh, come on. Hey, we got our gooseberries. Ooh, he went for it. He almost had me there. Okay, we got to be a little careful. Got to be pretty careful here. We're just going to put our slow down. Hope it's enough to get the homie out. Juke his one. And okay, so that was pretty scary. If he would have not... What happened there was the archers knocked him off of his horse because when he's on his horse, he slowly gains a shield. The Lancelot does. And as long as he has that shield, it'll continue to grow, and he'll still be on his horse. But if you get rid of that shield, dang, there goes our blue buff. We might be able to. Nope, wasn't able to get it. But as long as he has that shield, he can stay up on his horse. And I kind of want to stick around. I just want to be greedy, even though we're out of mana. But if you break the shield, he falls off of his horse, and then as long as he's on his horse, it actually has a couple of abilities, and one of them is that he can shoot it in a line and make it come and charge us and like hit us for a lot of damage. And that's what he went for. He got up on his horse and was hoping to shoot the line at us, but he got knocked off immediately. Okay, yeah, we can finish this. Now we're going to be trading. Now we're going to be boxing. Let's go. We do want a ward because that Pele... Like I said, if she comes into our lane, we are dead. But I'm also especially happy that we're doing this. We're maxing the hives because look at that attack speed. We're already at 1.79, so we're already super close to that cap. So yeah, I'm glad we didn't go an attack speed item. Oh no, we are still getting destroyed. But this HP 5 is so high. Look at our health bar. I mean, it's moving. Our health bar is moving. And we did all that with just... I mean, we still did, like, no damage to him because his shielding is an issue. But, I mean, look, our HP 5 is an issue to him because we are already, like, close to full health. We basically came on top of that trade. I mean, not... You know, maybe that's an exaggeration, but... Look, we just poke him from afar, get these autos to clear wave, and we're kind of online. Like, he can't even get to us. And then if he does, we just slow him and poke him down. As long as we keep eyes on the minimap and see that everyone's in left lane, we can just keep doing this. And whenever he gets up on his horse... Oh, come on, people. Whenever he gets up on his horse, we want to make sure and auto him or damage him as fast as possible. Try to break that shield and knock him off. Poking him down. We're so annoying. This is what you do. You're just annoying in lane, and then when they dive you, they can't kill you, and you're just annoying then too. And that is kind of the role here. Now, we will miss out in the traditional sense of a solo laner. We won't have all the dive on their backliners. But the thing is that their frontliners will be diving us and not able to kill us. And that's kind of where we gain our team fight presence. Yeah, just take a bees. Take a honey. He is completely out of mana. We can step up and try to poke him down. We're weaving in auto attacks pretty cleanly, but it's still just not enough damage. That's okay. He is very tanky. He has a Glad Shield and the Axe done. So, well, not the Axe done, but the Axe does give him some pretty good mitigations. But we get Bastion Pressure, full Bastion Pressure. Both are down. And we're kind of swinging right now. And our health bar is swinging too. I mean, you guys see it. We just get poked down. We're healed up almost instantly with this almost 100 HP 5. It also feels so good being a squishy character with like only 1800 health right now. Because our health bar moves, like every little bit of HP that we gain back looks so much more on this bar because we're a squishy character than if we were like a warrior with 3,000 health. 100 HP 5 doesn't mean anything. Let's look at our attack speed. Right now it is 1.44 outside of our hives. And all, okay, if we take the purple buff of a blue buff, like the purple, what is it? The purple totem buff. If we take that on our blue buff, then we do get put at that our new cap of 1.9. Okay, he's kind of swinging right now, but he just can't get to us. He's slowed. He's crippled. I mean, this is... Oh, I spoke way too soon. What am I doing? I'm living. I'm living. That's what I'm doing. Oh my god, dude. This build is so annoying. Kamazotz, it's up to you, buddy. There. I tried to get him off of his horse. He's slowed from the bees. Now he's slowed from the honey. I've reduced his protections by a ton, and that's what we do. We give them a false sense of confidence because we're playing AMC, but we're unkillable. We're unkillable. I mean, it's so awesome. And then next, once we get this prophetic cloak, we won't be super tanky. I don't want to take the tower. We've learned this. Let's proxy a wave and then back, and then probably die to a Pele gank right here. There we go. Right on cue. Let's miss the ult. That's the play. Yeah, that's pretty sad. Oh, maybe we can just like juke her around a bit. No, that's pretty sad. I don't know what I was doing there, but yeah, we do die if we play very stupidly, but let's see. Can we finish the prophetic cloak? Yes, we can. Once we get this stacked up, we're going to be a unit. Now, one thing I did try was I tried going Soul Eater on the AMC, but on top of our HP 5, we just got too little value from that item if they went anti-heal. So that's why we're not going that. We're going to go with Beads, though, because if we get dove by this Pele, we will want a way to get out. And luckily she doesn't get our tower. But we can rotate to stop her from getting it and just get this farm back. Yeah, Pele, you don't want none of this. In a fair fight, I beat you every time. That's not true. She actually would destroy me if she went for me. Oh, speaking of that. Yeah, we're just auto-canceling with... Well, not auto-canceling, but auto-weaving our auto attacks between all of our abilities. Oh, a curse. Maybe we back up from this. We can beads the curse and the ultimate from the Charon, but no, it's not enough. I was not expecting the curse. That definitely rolled us a bit. Okay, maybe we're trolling. Maybe we're throwing. Oh no. Okay. We've got to focus. I can't just step up and act unkillable now because we're clearly not. We're close, but we're clearly not unkillable. Dang, Kamazotz doesn't walk away with a kill either. We're not going to surrender. It looks like our team is getting pretty tilted. Oh, no. It looks like our team might surrender. I'm going to say no, please. No. Oh. All right. So we finally have gotten into a game where we've made it into the late game. If you see here below me, we have Genjis. We have a lot of cooldown. We have Glad Shield, and we have Heavy Executioner. So we've made it. We finally... It took like 20 attempts of games to make it past the 10-minute surrender. And we're actually in a pretty close game. Now, this game would have been great to show you guys from the beginning. Well, honestly, not as good as the others, so I'm still going to leave the other ones in with the early game, with the laning phase, because those laning phases were a bit more interactive. This one was literally just me bullying Raijin until he got a gank from a Wheelix, so it's been kind of lame. But one funny thing that I was gonna think about doing is... Oh, I was thinking about missing my ult really quick. But I was thinking about going Absolution first as the initial like magical protection item, because I thought I was going against Hades, and I could ult the Hades to get out of his ult, which I thought was pretty cool. But since I saw it was Raijin, I decided against it and went with... Oh, here we go. We're getting ganked. But I decided to go the just Genji's, go cooldown and have Heavy Executioner. But I have really been bullying. You see there, it took like 3 people to kill me. And we can kind of just run around the map and just apply pressure with the Executioner. And just walk at people, ult them, and then auto attack them twice, and they just melt. And this Raijin, he's been kind of like standing still typing all game, begging for ganks. It's been pretty obvious what he's been doing. But next up in our build, we're going to go Spirit Robe. It's going to help out a lot because a lot of the times, if we are killable, it's because we're either being taunted in by a Raijin ult, we're sucked into a Hades ult and don't have beads. Like, oh, I was hoping he'd ult in right here. Or we're getting a Wheelix ulted. So we always die right after CC, or like right after we get CC'd. So, ooh, our team is not winning this fight. This is horrible for us. Maybe we can get some return damage. Maybe not. We're kind of just on the retreat. Let's sneak around, get our... Let's just pick that up. We're definitely dying here, but it's either me or like some of my teammates, and I'd rather us die and let them get out here because our team has been playing very well together. Like you saw right at the start of when we jumped into this game, my team kind of groups up and just dunks on the other team, and then the rest of the team just tries to gank me. That's happened like 2 or 3 times now, but I don't know, maybe we made a bad decision. I was hoping that the Athena would be alive with our carries to base defend. Man, I would hope if this game went south. We have been absolutely dominating this game. Like, this build has been going perfectly. I really think we found the build where you completely skip out on Soul Eater and you go Glad Shield if you're facing a physical first, or you go like some kind of magical protections. I really think Genji's or ooh, that could be a kill. Yep. That's a free kill. Hopefully we can catch up to these guys. Oh, we don't have the cooldowns. Oh. Nice, that's a kill. We'll take that. I'll take the double kill though. That was sick. But you see, we're just so fast with these hives, and we have so much cooldown reduction between the Genjis and the Glad Shield, and we're just tanky. And our auto attack is capped exactly at 1.9% because we have the Heavy Executioner that soft caps us, and we have our beehives plus the Heavy Executioner is perfectly enough of auto attack or attack speed to cap us. You see here, once we step out of our hives, it's 1.43. But as long as we fight within our hives, which we always want to be doing, then it is perfect. Ooh, we'll steal that kill for sure. Ooh, she missed her knock-up. I'm good. Oh, I like this energy. Dang. Wonder who wins this boxing match, dude. Heavy Executioner. What did I just say? Heavy Exe, you see there, it just melts people, and it allows... not just ourselves to do more damage. This is probably a... we probably don't want to take that fight. Let's keep her from blinking. Yeah, we probably don't want the Hades brought into us. But now we have ult. Our ult penetration, or our ult mitigation shred, or defense shred, mixed with our heavy executioner could help us fight this Hades. Could help us turn a fight if he were to ult us. But so far, I mean, this build is performing well above my expectations, and I hope that this game continues to go well because I do want to have some end game parts of this video as well as that early. So while they fight, I think I'm actually going to try to sneak this Phoenix, help these Oni minions push. That sucks though because it's a 5-man fight. We might get BM'd for this, or we might get 2 Phoenixes out of it. Now, we don't do a lot of auto attack damage is the problem, but I think we do enough. They're trying to back. You see my team keeping them here. Ooh, clutch minions. We're getting this Phoenix. Got my beads ready. We stopped his dash. It's not enough. Oh, dang. Dang. I feel like I was like maybe like 1 auto off of killing that. Like if I hit 1 more auto and I had another second to get my bees up, I feel like that was a solo kill, but hey, we take those. Our team won that fight even. Kept them from backing just long enough, and we were able to kind of like juke the Hachiman from dodging the autos. But yeah, I'll come back in once I'm back alive. All right, so we finished out our build. We sold the gooseberries, so our clear's going to suffer a little bit, but we got the blue stone. the enhanced bluestone. The reason we went bluestone instead of redstone, oh no, oh man, that sucks. I was so excited to show you guys, but we went this because we don't need the added attack speed, so we don't need the redstone. We went bluestone, and then I ended up going Midgard mail, since a lot of the time I ended up in fights I would trade with the Awilix and the Hachiman. You know what, I just thought, be more annoying, and that's the way. But other than that, you could have gone like more cooldown reduction in a breastplate. Breastplate's really good right now, and that would have given you full cooldown reduction. But all in all, I mean, this build is so much fun. I actually had a lot of fun trying to record this video, and I do apologize. I mean, we just were unable to get a full game in, but you see there, we still did good damage, like warrior damage, I'd say. Let's see, we out-damaged even a Raijin solo. So let's see. AMC, are we going to be on YouTube? LOL, yes. But anyways, okay, what is up next? I'm pretty sure it's Opwatch, and I think I talked about this earlier, but Opwatch gets played in a lot of different roles, so it's going to be hard finding him a role that is off meta, but I'm thinking we're going to run with an Opwatch jungle. Just try to one-shot people from the jungle. It's going to be a lot of fun, so stay tuned for next episode. But in the interim, between episodes, I'm going to start recording just for fun videos outside of the A to Z. So if there's any gods with any certain builds that you want to see, which up next is probably going to be Sylvanas, like jungle maybe, is going to be a lot of fun, then let me know down in the comments. Let me know what you guys want to see. What do you think of this build? How would you improve it? And how do you like this style video? Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, take care.